Okay, we are live. This is my first streaming in a long time, so expect some issues. This is very informal streaming. Uh, well, and so let's begin. So the purpose of this streaming is creating an Android game entirely in Android. So what you're seeing right now is my tablet. It's a Xiaomi Pad 7 and I'll be working entirely on this tablet to create a game in Godot. Also, I will use this experience to learn on how to develop games in Godot. Also, you'll see this bird in my cam like most of the time because she doesn't know how to have its own space, and just bear with it. There's no way I can remove her from the screen. So, okay. So the game objective is it will be a very easy game. Uh, this kind of simple mobile games that we have in the ads that we always have in Android, where there is a physics-based merge game, but whenever you try to get that game, it's never the same game. So I will be developing that kind of game. Um, so yeah, here's like a picture of those at games. So yeah, let's get started. Um, so I have made like a starting project, just the layout and the first scene, and well, let's try to prototype a bit of things. So let me grab my notes. Check one thing real quick. So we're here now. Let's uh, let's start by prototyping some of the layout of the game that will help me to understand where everything is placed in the screen. So let's work by thinking first about how a mobile window screen works. And usually we have a 60 by 9 uh, screen ratio. That's when you are on landscape, but if you're on portrait, it's reversed, so it's a 9 by 16 screen ratio. So I will use uh, the the squares of this notepad just to lay out everything. So let's start by counting the squares. So will be if we're starting by this square, will be 9 squares width. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 16 squares in height. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are our game dimensions. This will be my game screen. I'm writing by using the stylus, so yeah, don't expect much of it. I'm not that good of an artist, so yeah. So this is roughly screen. Um, so it will be mostly a pixel art game, just because it's easier to get some of the assets, free assets, and also because I'm also learning pixel art. So we'll use those squares to make the resolution of the game. So if every square, if is 64 pixels by 64, then we'll have a width of 64 by 9, and that's so our width will be 576, and our height it will be 64 times 10 is 154. Calculate the resolution of our game. So my game will be 576 by 1024. Put it right here. So let's think about the playable area, because I want some area like right here to be like our bottoms area. I want something in here. I don't know still the height of that. That will be my UI area. Like it will have like the score maybe. The next item and the objective, and then we will have here the color. Like in here will be the main item. So let's see. I think for the buttons we can have like 3 rows, maybe. Like this part can be the buttons, so we can have a button that is like the yeah, so will be like 3 buttons. Then yet I'm still yet typing, so I don't know still I don't know the proportions yet. So at least 3 buttons. And let me do that better. Oh, this thing I will have the restart button, maybe a pause button. And I'm not entirely sure about this button right here. Maybe I make like a settings or still don't know. It will be roughly. They will be like using this kind of place. And for the, I think I will do the same for the UI part of the game, like using three lines. And I want to have like the, so we have some margin here that could be roughly half a square. So like that. And I want maybe like this part here to be my next item view. My objective would be like this part in here. And the next part, and the rest, I think it will be our texts. So, uh, so my play area, I will here. So I will leave like half a square margin. That's 32 pixels here and here. Also in this part of here, and yeah, everything will be like 32 pixels margin, just to have like some nice space. And in this part here, let's see how I can. So everything will be the playable area. So like if there is something like a table, it will embark everything in here. And this is some kind of let me change colors. Here will be like some kind of background area, and we will have our items like going until this part here. Let me see everything this part. I'll have my like the mergeable items of the game items will be like in this part, and we have different items, and we have the they'll have also different sizes, and we'll have like in this dotted line here our starting item, and it will have like some UI presentation like the arrow, the force, or the trajectory that it will have. Uh, so yeah, I think that's it. Down of sizes, but here we'll have like a 64 by 3, but it's not entirely 64 by 3 because we have a margin of 32 in here, so it's 128 plus 32 like is like 160. So this part in here will be 160 by so we'll have 576 minus 64. So it will be like 5. Okay, no, and the other way around. So 160 is the height, and the one, and 512 will be our width. Okay, so same in here will be like 160, and now let's check our play area. Our play area. Play area will be 512 also. So I want everything to be aligned, and the height will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 squares. Well, not really. Let's just count the squares in here, and then I will add maybe 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares plus 1. 9 squares, yeah. So it will be 5, 12 by 5, 7, 8, 6. That's 9. Start by let's open Godot and start prototyping this kind of typing the view, or at least the resolution of the game. So let's go Godot. So this is the basics project, the basic project Godot. I've just created the game scene. It has nothing else at all. Let's go to project settings. We'll set the resolution of the game, and I will import here. So 6 by Android game. So let me see else. So the stretch. Okay, we need to get the stretch because not every mobile phone, not every tablet has the same resolution. So I think the viewport and the aspect will keep the weight because yeah. Now let's do that. Now let's do that, and we will test that. Yeah. Checking. Yes. This can be windowed, or maybe it can be a full screen. Doesn't really matter in Android, but I think I will go. Also second primary screen. Yeah. Now I need to find the handheld specific. So I want portrait. Using mode, it doesn't really matter. And EOS, I don't care about videos right now because we're not. So I think that's it for that. But let me check a few things. Physics. I'm not going to touch that. That will clear color can be something else, but for now, once I have the UI everything placed, I will check this the clear color. See if we have some kind of margin on how we will use that, but for now, let's stay with the normal color. I think that's everything. Let's check the input because let touch from mouse and mouse from touch. We will check both. Android and blank pressure. Press right click, we don't care about that. Parent gesture and scale gesture, we don't care. All the temperature axis, it's okay. We don't care about those things because our game will be fixed in its size will be fixed. So yeah, we don't know. Sensors, not yet at least. We'll see if in the future we want to use the sensor like to tilt the phone and do something, but for now we want well, I won't use that. So it's okay. Stay this um, so settings. Let's create an input for the tap action. So I will do that. Yeah, So let's start from prototyping. Uh, we don't every folder in here is empty aside from the game. So now project is mostly empty. So let's create like a prototype for our object. For the objects that will be launched and yeah, and collide settings. They will create a GPS once like if the physics for this is more physics simulation. Yeah, that's it. That's what they want. So let's create that. We will inherit it for this, so it will have right now. This will have a default name. So I would call it like item. Okay. Still, I don't know if it is a collision polygon or some of the items that I want to have like triangular shape, so on, and thus I don't like the collision shape because they can create like that. So I will use a collision polygon, but I don't want a polygon program. Some of the items will be a square or something like that. So right now, just for prototyping, you know, just for prototyping, I create a collision shape 2D. I still want create a shape because first I want to add like a graphics texture to it. So I will add like a sprite sprite 2D. So it will be very simple. So and for that I will use for now this one. It's a bit wobbly because zooming in and panning with my fingers in Godot does weird things. It behaves like different as we are used to. So yeah, bear with it because I cannot do anything about that. So let's use the grid because I will need to snap to the grid to create the collision shape. So now, yeah. So okay. So yeah. Let's create the shape. I'm hesitating if doing just the base object, but I will get everything as a prototype scene, and then even if I use an object that inherits from here, and by the way, it won't have the collision shape or the sprite 2D. It will help me to understand the prototype first. So yeah, so let's create the shape. So we have like new rectangle shape 2D, and I will try to use my pen to, so let me, okay, this is the difficult part of doing it in Android, is that it's difficult to drag and drop things in Godot. So yeah, sometimes that will be like a bit weird. Okay, so I have this, but I don't know if I want to have like the collision shape to use the entirely of the sprite, if that makes sense. So I would reduce like for a couple, oh sorry, for a couple of squares. I like this more. I like to have like some kind of margin in the sprite to make a better like feel of the collision. Because when objects overlap a little bit, visually, I think it's better to understand that there is a collision in there. So yeah, okay, all right. Um, I'm quite okay with this. So let's save it in the scenes folder. I think I'm all right with that. So right now this does nothing. So if I add here, no, not with the link button. If I add here my merge item and I move that to the center of the screen, and now I try, select current. Now I try to execute. Now we see that the physics object is falling down whenever I run the project. And that's okay because we haven't done anything to that. So yeah, that's okay. I don't really want it to fall. I don't want to be I don't want it to be like influenced by gravity. So I can make two things. I can disable gravity in the project settings, or I can disable the gravity scale in the object. And I think I will do the latest, because I don't want to disable physics in general in a project, if that makes sense. So if anyone is more, well, if anyone is experienced with Godot and I am telling some kind of bullshit, then well, let me know in the when this comes live on YouTube. But yeah, so by gravity, I make the gravity scale in 0. So right now, if I test, the object will stay. There is no force being applied to the object, so that's okay for me. Okay, so I will need something else here. Well, not here, but in my game. And it's like the playable area needs to have a collider, an external collider. And that can be quite tricky. Very tricky, in fact. So just try to center ourselves here. So in order to have my Um, so what's the resolution of these squares? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this grid is exactly the same as my nodes, so I can work with that because I know that I will have like 3.5 squares for my soft part. So I know that my game will run like in this here mostly. So I can create a polygon. I don't know if you can see that because well it doesn't translate these kind of colors of the viewport, but just believe me, it's okay. So I know this will be 128, 128, it's 190, 92. So that will be like 24. Okay, so roughly this will be 230. So we'll start at 32 to 24. Okay, and then so I'll create. I think I'll create in the game scene. I think I can create like a collision shape, collision polygon 2D, and maybe polygon 2D is through a collision shape or a collision object to be derived. The useful is child of area 2D is the body rigid body rigid body. Okay, so I cannot do that. I need to create like a static body first. Okay, okay. Then delete that. Delete that. Right? Why? Why didn't you delete it? Sure. Hey. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So let's create then. Let's create a child object, a static body 2D that will be static completely. So create that, and this will be like my play area bounds. So I will put it bounds, and let's check the transform because I want this to be placed in a specific place. As we stated, this will be like 30 pixels, and what I said it was like 64 by 3.5, 224. Okay. So by 24. So this will be my top left corner. I'm going to create a. So this is the static object. So now I need my polygon collision polygon 2D. Right now it's not complaining, so it's okay. My polygon. This okay. So I have my polygon in here, and this is not where I want my polygon. I didn't want to do that. Okay. So let's do that again. So location polygon 3D. So I need to create my polygon here. So it will be like in here. And so the bones are here. And there. I need to do that like more. Thing. So okay, let's go to the nodes. So we need a polygon. Okay. So we need a polygon, and we need to use it as a containing object. So we cannot like create a square. We cannot create a square and say to Godot that the square contains the array, because it doesn't work like that, at least as I know. So so we need to do something else. We need to create a shape that will be like one point in here, and just follow me here, okay? Just follow me with this. So there will be another point in there, and then another point in there, and just another point like in here. Here we will have a square, but that's not what we really want. So yes, we need to make a square like this. We cannot close the polygon in here. So what we need to do is create another point in here that is just like a little offset of this one. So for the closing loop, I will use another color, so you will understand what I mean. So we create another point, just a little bit offset of the first one, just to be sure about here. So what we do is we do not close this loop because we don't want to close the polygon, and we want to create this wall in here. But then what we will do is we use another point in here, another point in here, another one in here, and here. So we will use this kind of shape. Just I know that the lines are not perfectly, so something like that, and right here, and then we close the polygon. So we will have this area will be a collision. Area here will be the collision. So right now we will have a polygon that does that basically we made walls. So now if if a physics object touches any wall, it will bounce, it will collide with it. We use coordinates for that. So here, now a little point. So let's recap how many points I need to create the polygon. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 points to make a square or a rectangle or whatever. Then from the 10th, it will close the loop. 10 points. And we will use the coordinates to place them by a difference. So yeah, Godot, I will create the polygon with 10 points, and then I will place the points. Okay, so don't worry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, and then I will close the loop. Now I should have my polygon with all the coordinates. Yeah. Okay, so for the first one, we have the 32, and for the height, it will be 0 compared to the bounce, because the bounce is already on the place. Okay, so no, so this will be 0, 0, because we're already or x0 and y0 is exactly this part in here. It's the 32 by 24. Okay, so we already have the place. And here we need to add like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares and a half. Okay, so the second one will be on 80. The third one will be, let's go to our notes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 half, and a half, 8 and a half. Yeah, I could, I know, right coordinates will be 44. Next one be 80. It's down there. Okay. And now you can, well, if you check the blue line on the right, you'll see that we are close to the, I think it's okay. 1, 2, 3 and a Maybe. Not yet. Not really. Not really. I think I misplaced the calculations. It's not okay. So this is 0, 0. And we need to add this and a half more. So this 0 is 32. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and a half. 64. 5, 4, 4. So in here I need to, let me check the 3.5. Yeah, right? I need to add 32 to that. 7, 6. Now it's the middle one. So if so we have 1, 2, 3.5. That's it. That's what I want. Okay. All right. The next one. This is 576. This will be 0. So as you can see, we have like the starting of our area. So we have our yeah, thanks for following. She's my sister, by the way. So, as I was saying, we have now the area, but we cannot close the loop in here because we will then make a square area, and we do not want that. I want to create the walls for that. So let's see if I can make that. Because right now I'm not really sure about that. So let's see. So our fourth can be 0 in the x coordinates, but I won't make it that 0 in the y coordinates. I can, if I can, let me try to get it -1. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now we can see that we have like the square area, but it's not filled. That's okay. That's what I want. And the next square will be like that -1 in the x coordinate, and I think the -1 in the if I actually compose them. Let's ignore for now this things because it will change whenever we change this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just 1 pixel offset. And the 6th will be the same as the third one, but with 1 pixel offset. So this will be like -1, and this will be 5.7. Now we see that it has gone there. So if I try, let me try to do a zoom in real quick. So here, if I keep zooming, okay, we can see that we have an offset polygon to an offset point in the polygon. So it's okay. Okay, so let's keep going. The sixth, it's okay. So we have one, two, three, 4, 5, and 6, and our 7 will be the same for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So the same, but with an offset. Yeah. Right now, we have two polygons here with an offset, two polygons here with an offset, two polygons here with an offset. The next one will be the same as this one. So second polygon. There's number one. So here my next polygon will be 481 by do I make it like, yeah, I think so, like -1. So right now we have one offset here, one offset here, one offset here, one offset here. We need another one that is the same as the offset, -1 and -1, I think. No, okay, I'm talking, and there is one that I'm not check. So this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is the return here. Here we have the offset one. Just a little bit up. Do I have this a little bit up? No, one can be at 0, 0. It doesn't matter. It's not closing the loop. So now this doesn't need to be -1. This can be, no, it will be -1. Doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. So this is the down, right, then this goes up, yeah, and we will have this one, yeah, okay, so there's only one left, okay, so this one will be at, I think this one has to be -1. Now has changed. Okay, so now it's updated here. So is that okay? Will that be okay? Let me see. Let's zoom. Why? Oh, no, there. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. I think that's okay. Let's check that. Let's check if going on. I'm not really sure about Really? So no, I'm not okay with that. Why any stress of imagination? So why? Why I've done? I think I've moved something. Here you're okay, but you're not okay here because this is world coordinates. So you need to be really. I don't think so. That's not okay. So you're here. And I need to write this down. I think. So let's go to the old-fashioned way. So you have a point. Another one. Another one. Six. Okay, that's that. Should be it. The coordinates are not okay. Let me try. Yeah, something very well. Okay, I know. Let's put the gravity escape one. Put this one. So, it's okay. It's all right. I think it's not all right. It's very high up. And it's misplaced. It's entirely misplaced. So, what if I move that in here? It shouldn't be, because we will be out of bounds. Yeah. No, it's not okay at all. Why? Why are you in here? If my where's my game at? It's in 0, 0. Where are my bounds at? My bounds on 0, 0. No, 32. 32. Right. okay. But if I create a new polygon, 0 and 0, why it's in here? Why? Because my collision polygon is not in the place. Okay, I fucked up. Okay, all right. It's okay. So let me try again. Let's put it's okay, it's okay, it's all right. It's all right. Makes sense now. Yep. Now it's okay. Now that's okay. That's okay. And I'm out of camera. Okay. We're going places. We're going places. So let me put that like here. It won't work here. It's okay. It won't work. Or one, or it will like misplace that or move that, or it won't work at all. So it's okay. So let me check just the bounce. Yeah, it stay there. Okay. Or maybe if I put gravity in that. So yeah. So it moved the object where there is no limit. And I can show you that. Visible collision shapes. Show you that. Okay, we're going in places. So now we can see my visible area and it's not okay at all. Okay, all right. So I need to move 32 pixels more in the x-axis for the polygons because they're not okay. They're not placed correctly. All right, that's okay. So 32 by be 512. So, and this will be 12. And save. And what can we see in the preview? Now, okay, now it's okay. Just a bit miscalculation. It's okay. Okay, great. So let's start by trying to interact with something. So let's go back to the merge item. Save everything. And okay, this is the boring part. I know. Code, yeah. This is the code. Okay. So yeah, but I want that in scripts. Okay, so this body, I name it last name, merge item. What I will need here. I will need um so first we need to check if we have tab. I don't want to launch the item when I tap. I want to launch the item when I release. So I think we have like a does this work? Uh, when there is an input, there is. So for gameplay, now 6 process can do that. So I don't need to do something with 6 process. I can do that on process. Yeah, I think I can. So yeah, I don't want the input. Test an input. This action just released and my action is on tap. So this needs to be on an if statement. Here do something. Okay, so it's like do something. Now we will just print right now I don't care about doing anything. I just want to check. That's the input. So yeah. So now I'm tapping. I release. Now I put my finger and I release. Put my finger and I release. Okay. So that's okay. We have like a force. We have like an impulse. A vector two. So it's like a vector. We want to launch. Want to launch the object up. So vector two up, and we will need like a force because just the vector up is like a magnitude of 1, so it's like 0 1, and we will launch just upward by 1, so it won't move at all if we do that this way. So let me put, sorry, so let me put our item down here. So let's remove the scaling. has disabled my keyboard. I don't understand. Keyboard. Why are you here? I don't want you. I have written with my pen. Now it's not. Okay, the restart. Right. The restart Godot too. Now my keyboard is working again. So let's try again. On gravity, it's okay. So where were we? Okay, so we're applying just one unit of impulse, so it will do like nothing. I'm tapping. You can see it slowly moving because I tap like 4,000 times, so that's not okay. We need a variable that we can decide the force. So we'll export the variable to be accessed. So now we need to apply the impulse vector up. If it's with name, it's with number, it is not 100 at least. Maybe that's too much. Okay, not too much. I think I want a little bit more. Maybe 550? Wait, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, we're okay with that. I think that's okay. That's a good. That's a good. Yeah. So as I said, as I have exported the variable, I can like put that in the editor without going to the code. So that's great. Let's say okay. Hmm. What else? So now I want it to be so. Right now it doesn't move. You cannot place the object. So every time you shoot the object, it is always from this place here. Okay, but I want to be able to move the object to the sides before shooting that. So while my finger is on the screen I will be able to move on the x-axis. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So let's go back to the code. So yeah, if it's just released, it's okay. So if input action press, I think we need to tab. We need the vector position. Can we something here? Anything about the axis? That's what I need to. I need to search. Tapping, but as this is the same as a mouse click, so yeah, we can try to. So what we have: input, even mouse input, forget mouse position, viewport get mouse position, get viewport get mouse position, viewport get rid of political because action press no that input is action press. Sorry, is action press on that. We have something in here. Okay. Now let's try that. Okay, so if I tap in here, yeah, 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 okay. So I do have coordinates. Yes. That is what it's is that? Let me see. Moving my finger, and it's going. So right now we don't have a restriction in any place, so I can like bypass the collision. This is not okay. Let me remove the cell. That global position. See? I don't want that to return. It's not okay at all because it's returning to the last place it was. I don't want that. So, yeah, it does nothing there. So it's not that. So let's go. Viewport position. Edit that position. So not global position, it's position. Just position. Let me go like that position. Because position and position, if we have the same name, that's not okay. It's not. Okay, let's not call it position. Let's call it tab position. Because I think that's maybe it's because of that. We need to move and slide. That's no, that's for the player. Let's put it in one set. And impulse. Yes, because again, looking position, basically just a little bit. Half a slide and I'm just silly things. Can I do that? Is that okay? Uh, no, it's not. It's not. It's okay, but it's not okay. The body length effect or yes, but no. Definitely. Let me take a quick rest and okay, like for the way. So while I was this way, I checked my notes on the old course that I had with those, and I think things that were that I'm doing wrong. So let's check because I have checked that there is another way to get the most global position. So let's go from here. Global most position. That's what we're. By the way, the column here is just to define this variable to the type that is returned by this. Well, that's we don't need to use the move and collide, albeit it's the maybe it's the best way to do that, but we won't use that. It's okay. Yeah. So global position. But if we divide that in the x and y coordinates, so assign that to the position of x. I think that should work. So let me place. I think it is here. So what's happened? If you try to set the global position of the object by using a vector, I think that won't work because of the physics. But if I do that just for the x and y coordinates, I think that so. I think go here right now. Just just to prove my point, I will do set dot able to paste it whenever we want and shoot that. So that's okay. That's okay. Let's say okay. Um, but that's not entirely what we want. So I will remove the y part of this. Okay, there's some caveats that I think I don't need to leave here. I think I can post it here. And you can see we can just move left to right. It's not okay because we can go out of bounds. Okay, that was a bit of luck. This is immediate. Seems to be immediate also. I don't know why. Yeah, I think I like more detail. So like we have an if and else, and also I really can do the function input. I can do like that. Input events. I can go like that and use something. What are you doing? Okay. You can do this, and instead of input, I can use the event. You can do something like that. For now, I think I can do like this more. I mean, it's not okay. So yeah, we can just do this action press and this action release. Okay. So this won't work for us. Okay. Now, I don't need the event. I can do that, and I'm still not sure of the using process or physics process. But for now, we leave that process. Okay. Thing I want is I do not want to be able to interact with the object with my input once I launch. I mean, right now I can move that, I can launch that, but I can also like move that again. I launch that and move that again, and I don't want that. So I will need a variable be like enable true. So if not enable, and if not, so and if it's enabled, it will go through this part of the code. Whenever it is not enabled, whenever it enables false, it will return. So it will do nothing. And I want to do that once it has logged. So in this part here. So let me go here and we enable. So this should prevent me to use this object. I cannot do anything else. So once it's launched, it's in place. So this is the basic functionality of this. Um, Now we will need to check collisions. Able to this check here. This is the thing with Godot that I can like write everything in one file, but I do not want to. So what can I do that? So what if I create a node, just a node, and I call that like um, and I add a enter, enter this, and let's just okay, let's check this. Let's check that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, let's put two. Let's duplicate this. Remove the script of this item. This item in here. So this doesn't have the script. This one React. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not on body enter. Maybe it's on collision, something like that. Can I like disconnect that? Yeah. So body entered, and yeah, just do that on body enter, connect that, and let's get everything. Yes. Here. Doesn't do anything at all. Right? Nothing. It's not like that. Yeah, I remember. this. Okay, we won't need that. We have this. Let's go to our third checker and connect that. Yeah. So what I need to do is go to the rigid body and finish collision. Transactions, put it like 10. And let's see. Now we have it. Now we have it. Okay. All right. But I don't want also to have the objects tracking like that. So yeah. So they are constantly moving, but I want them to stop, to react to physics, but stop. So let's see what we can do here. So for example, I want to, okay, so have the linear dump maybe, and we like 10 angular. I don't want them to be 18 because I want the, well, I don't know if I want to, but for now I don't want the sprite to be rotating. So let's get, okay, let's apply like compensated drive to minor replacement. Almost, but no. That's more like it. Yeah, I think I like it that more. Let's try again with yeah, maybe. Yeah, even less. No. Or too little. 1.5 maybe. I think I like that. Yes, but no, because it's rotating. I don't want to rotate. So the angular force. It's not that. Okay. I need a dump for the angular. what was all see through this computer. Let me see. You have like these integrate courses that I didn't know existed. So let's go to the script, to the merge item. So we have like the function void rush, like integrate courses. Integrate courses, yes. Integrate courses, station degrees, courses. I don't want that over there. I just want static. Um, it doesn't have. Okay, no, it's okay because it doesn't have an if give 2 hours. I have other things to do. So that yes. Okay, that yes. Okay. Here, here, like rotate that a bit. So this item still the division will be 0. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Now they don't rotate. Perfect. Okay. Well, I think I leave that today. It has been like a good first stream, like an introduction to this. So I'm quite okay with that. We've made progress. I have like the first behavior prototype, the bounds. We already know the viewport, how it be, how will be, how the player view would be, the layout of the game. That's what I was looking for. So we already decided which parts would be for what in the UI. Also, the playable area will be this, and now I need to, and now we have like the basic physics where we can constrain the movement to the x-axis, and we don't rotate, but we can detect collisions script, so I can disable the movement to whatever I want and use the collision detection for other things. So that's okay. Next time, then we can so make a note. Thing. Um, maybe if I write correctly. So pending. Right. Um, restriction. Next time we're doing this kind of things. But for now, I think we'll call it a day. It has been a blast. I really like this format of developing. Developing in Android is difficult. It's not easy at all. But I'm happy with that. So that's it for today. See you next week, I think. So I will try to stream on Thursdays, and you will see in my YouTube channel like in a couple of days. Yeah. Follow me on X YouTube at Press Valor Studios.